All right, baby. I'm late to the mother effing party. So I apologize for being late to the party, man. Why I'm late to the party now, I can come up with 100 excuses of why I'm late to the party, but everybody knows that with 24 hours in a day, 365 days a year and 7 days a week, whatever, and 30 days a month or on average, you know, everyone can say, oh, well, you have 5 minutes of your time daily to make a video, and that's true. I just was fucking lazy about it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So anyways, we got a Chargers hate week this week. And really, I don't have no hate for the Chargers. The last time we played them in 2013, they were beating us by 3 scores. You know, I wrote this team off. We weren't going to come back. That was our first year we made the playoffs, actually. And we actually came back. That was the opening game of the season. In 2013, Matt Schaub led one of the most amazing comebacks in his 10-year career with the Houston Texans. And we ended up winning in a tough environment against a team that I thought that was going to definitely run the table and go 12-4 that year, but I was obviously wrong. The San Diego Chargers is basically, their nickname is the Chokers, and they actually get that name for a specific reason. Now, you can ask the video makers of J Daddy, plus you can ask Modog, and they know that San Diego has choked so many games away in the last 4 or 5 years. It's incredible. Unbelievable, actually, statistic that Phillip Rivers has choked more games away than almost any other quarterback in the NFL right now. He's probably leads the NFL and I think he leads the league this year in leads after the third quarter, but he leads the league in most losses after winning after the third quarter. So that tells you a lot of things right there. Probably didn't know that stat. Phillip Rivers is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league, and anybody like Modog or J Daddy or Dylan Jr., give him a shout out, or Rodney Link Jr., which he used to be in TDC, he's not no more. These guys will tell you, hands down, that Phillip Rivers is an amazing quarterback, and I really do believe he is. But the problem is they can't hold a lead to save their life. They blew a game in Kansas City this year in which they were kicking the living shit out of them. Why they couldn't keep the lead, I had no idea. All right, now, I wouldn't be lying to you if I told you that I knew the San Diego Chargers roster, because other than Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, and Melvin Gordon at the running back position, I don't really know a lot of guys. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it right here. I got the depth chart right here, and it is the legitimate depth chart. At wide receiver, they got Durantel Inman, Tyrell Williams, Jeremy Butler, and Jeremy Davis. I like Jeremy Butler and Tyree Williams. I think they're pretty good. They got King Dunlap at left tackle. Yeah, good luck with that when you got Vince Wilfork fucking rushing up in the middle at nose tackle, and you got to sit there and double team him because he's penetrating that O-line. King Dunlap is not a really good offensive lineman, and I think that's probably a lot of the reasons why San Diego's had probably the problems they had is probably their offensive line has probably been part of the issue. Okay, you got Orlando Frankman, Matt Slauson at center, DJ Fluke, Joe Barksdale, Antonio Gates. Like I said, he's an old man. I mean, he's getting up there in age. He's pretty much like how Taquito Spikes did. Taquito Spikes stayed in the league till he was like 40. And yeah, he was just a name on the roster. I mean, I remember when Taquito Spikes used to be a beast. Same with Antonio Gates. He's just not a productive like receiver anymore. He's just there. It's just you just see the name Antonio Gates on paper, but that's all you get. You don't see anything else on the field. And he's just an old man. But a lot of respect for him. You got Travis Benjamin. He's okay. Isaiah Bruce, he's all right. Like I said, Phillip Rivers is basically we already know when you think of the San Diego Chargers, you think of Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is the entire team of San Diego. If you don't believe it, you better. And like I said, Melvin Gordon at the running back position, he's pretty good. Ronnie Hillman, Keith Furrow, Kenneth Furrow really hasn't had a lot of scrimmage yards or whatever you want to call it. Probably have to edit that out. All right, on the defense. So let's go down. Let's break the defense out. You got Joey Bosa, which is in a contract dispute about his rookie contract. I've never seen a rookie holding out on a deal where he felt like he wasn't getting paid what he thought he was supposed to. Are you kidding me, dude? You're a fucking rookie. You're unproven. There's no stats that you have to even back up or hold any merit to your argument that would even suggest that you deserve that pay, because there's no way. And I'm surprised the Chargers didn't cut you, to be honest with you. You got inside linebacker Jachanius Brown, outside linebacker Melvin Ingram. Hey, Melvin Ingram's actually pretty good. You got Denzel Perryman, he's pretty good. Brandon Flowers, the left cornerback. Wow, I didn't know you had Flowers. He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Casey Hayward at the right cornerback position. You got Jail Adele, Adrian Phillips at the strong safety. Free safety, you got Dwight, Lowry, Daryl Stuckey, and Dexter McCoyle. I mean, okay, you got a legit, like, defense. Like, your team doesn't suck on paper, but they can't execute. They can't close games. If you were to line up your receivers against ours, I think our receivers are the more talented receivers. At the quarterback position, we can make the argument, okay, Phillip Rivers is better. He's better than Brock Osweiler. I think the stats alone, and with Phillip Rivers' tenure in the league, I think he's probably outweighs Brock Osweiler's career. It's no question about that. I don't think we're debating that, but you know, I watched the video from, what's his name, from Modog. He just seemed like he just was basically making a week just to show up, and I can respect that because I really have no hate for the guy or for the San Diego Chargers, to be honest with you. But let's just be honest. San Diego actually has won the last 2 games that came here to Houston, and that kind of leaves a little, like a monkey on my back I have to scratch, if that kind of makes sense. So when San Diego comes here in NRG Stadium with this loud crowd, and not to mention we are 5-0. We are 5-0. I think it's going to be too much pressure for Phillip Rivers and the San Diego Chargers to be able to win. As I truly believe the Texans are going 8-0 at home. I think that we have the momentum, we have the fans behind us, and the players just play well in NRG. I think that this will be the first year you will see us go 6 wins at home, and this will be the first time ever in Texans history we will go undefeated at home, because I don't think nobody's going to be able to beat us. I mean, in the AFC West, the 2 teams that came here, in my opinion, are the easier matchups. Denver didn't come here. Oakland didn't come here. It was Kansas City and San Diego, and I think both of those are winnable games. We already beat Kansas City, and I think San Diego is another winnable game. So keys to winning this game, because a lot of you guys are wondering, okay, Rose needs to hurry up with this. Let's educate J Daddy, and let's educate Modog and Dylan and Rodney Link Jr. on what's the keys to winning this game. Well, first of all, like I said, Phillip Rivers is the guy that you got to get to. If we can get to the quarterback, put pressure on him, force him to make bad throws, force him out of the pocket, I think we can put Phillip Rivers in a catch-up where he's going to have to play catch-up. And most games, the Chargers when they lose games, it's because they're winning and then they lose the game. We're going to change that. We're going to take the lead right off the bat. And not only are we going to take the lead, but I think we can go up 2 or 3 scores. And if we can manage a 13 to 16 point lead, I think the San Diego Chargers will not have the momentum to be able to come back in this game. But here's the dangerous part about the Chargers. And if you want to talk about how to beat the Texans, well, obviously, you got to keep the ball out of DeAndre Hopkins' hands, and you got to keep the ball out of Fedorowicz's hands. If you don't know who Fedorowicz is, go look him up at our tight end position. Fedorowicz and Hopkins are probably going to be your 2 biggest receivers. Braxton Miller did show up the last game, but I don't know if that's going to be on a consistent basis. Lamar Miller, obviously, at the running back position, you gotta be able to contain him. But here's the thing, though, Chargers. Here's the thing, though. Which Chargers team is going to show up? Because we all know when the Chargers are going 4-6 and they're on the way to an 8-8 season, they're going to muster up 3 or 4 more wins. So is this going to be the game where they're going to muster up that momentum to be able to get that 5th win of the 8 wins that they're most likely going to get at the end of the year? And that's the part that kind of makes me a little nervous, because the Chargers are not afraid of us, and they actually match up pretty well against us. So I have to give the Chargers some respect. They do have a top 10 lead in offense in the league, and I have to give credit where credit is due. That's what San Diego's good at. But I think if we can understand the fact that we know the Chargers don't have a running game, with all due respect to Melvin Gordon, they don't have much of a running game, I think we could be able to contain that offense. Because with the receivers they have, they just don't have the experience to be able to make catches when it matters and to be able to close games out. And that's where the San Diego Chargers have their nickname, the San Diego Chokers, because they're used to choking games away. And this will be another game this Sunday where they're going to be just enough there, and they'll go 4-7. And most likely Chargers probably win 3 in a row and go 7-7, and they go 7-8, and then win the last game, go 8-8. And that's just basically how the Chargers are. So with that being said, I have nothing personal towards J Daddy or Modog. I see Modog's video. I didn't see J Daddy's. I don't even know if he made one. But if he did, I'll respond to that video tomorrow. But most likely, I think the Texans win this game 28-14. I just think at home with the NRG, with the crowd and everything, with the fact San Diego can't keep the lead, I think we have enough experience on the run game, and the fact that we're going to have guys like Fedorowicz, Steven Anderson, Braxton Miller, who's coming out of nowhere, Jalen Strong, who should be back in the lineup this week, DeAndre Hopkins, who's still capable of making catches and stuff like that, and Brock Osweiler, who's able to connect to his receivers when it needs to be. I think we'll have just enough with the fans behind our back in RG Stadium. Their fans are loud and everything. I think it'll be too much for San Diego. They'll crack under pressure, and we'll win this game. So the Texans win this game 28-14. So as far as this hate week, I'll wait for Modog and J Daddy's response. Until then, I want to give a personal shout out to H-Town Nation for bringing it. The kid is getting better. He's bringing the fire. Sub to his channel at the bottom. He's also a Texans video maker. And also please sub to Amanda Turner. Her video is at the bottom of the description. She delivers a lot of heat, fire, and passion in her videos. Gotta have much respect for you, baby girl. And also my boy Joseph Timmy. He is the man. Gotta give him a shout out. And make sure to sub to his channel. He already made his Chargers hate week. So anyways, until then, it's Stephen Rose, and I'm officially signing out. Go Texans.